Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum to all who attended today to the experience of working in overseas program organized by the Dhoteliers Club. First of all, I am Anis Alisa binti Nur Azam as the moderator of our council today who would like to thank everyone who attended. Ladies and gentlemen, to start our event today, let us recite together Kitab Al-Fatihah and dua which will be led by Imam Ahmad Muzakir bin Ahmad Faisal.
الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Allahumma ya Rahman ya Rahim, on this blessed night, in conjunction with the program Experience of Working in Overseas, we beseech thee and grateful towards you in favor of the infinite blessings to us, your humble servant, to live in safe and prosperous life. We seek your blessing for a flawless progress of this event from the beginning till the end. We seek your guidance to stay clear of the event that would detrimental the progress of this event. Ya Rahman, Ya Kareem, please bless us with your tawfiq and hidayah. Please guide us to greatness, peace, glory, and prosperity in this world and the hereafter. Make us a responsible intellectual. Grant us with a valuable knowledge that will be beneficial to mankind in order to gain your mardatillah. Make us your righteous servant that follow your commands and neglect the sinful act. Please forgive us for our wrongdoing. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. دوام فيها سبحانك اللهم وتحيتهم فيها سلام وآخر دعواهم عن الحمد لله رب العالمين. تقبل الله منكم.
Amin, Amin, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Next, let us listen to the talk that will be delivered by our panel today, Chef Muhammad Ranger Afri bin Muhammad Johari, Executive Chef of 5-Star Dubai Hotel. Let us welcome.
Hi, good evening everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. I think a very good evening in Malaysia and in Dubai obviously it's a very, I would say early evening. It's around 4 p.m. in the evening. Okay, so I think everyone welcome. This will be a very good opportunity, and I would say thank you very much to all, especially the moderator, Ms. Anis, and department in the host campus in the Dungun, right, the hotelier, for inviting me on this very, I would say, special occasion on giving a special talk and special speech for everyone in this very good evening tonight. The topic that we're gonna a little bit talk and discuss about experience working abroad. So I think everyone is very excited and for sure in a very open mind and a lot of question in your mind that you want to know, and you want to definitely ask further question later on how is the experience working abroad, what are you looking at, what to expect mainly, and what to be, how do I say, how to overlook and prepare yourself to work abroad. So again, very good evening to everyone. I think there's different viewers out there from the campus itself. Hopefully, there are more viewers from different parts of the world, maybe. Okay, with conjunction of this particular event, maybe some invites from any parts of the world, any departments or campus around. So just make sure that you register yourself, I think. And then if you have any further question, you can always, I think, drop it. And then later on, the moderator can definitely get in touch with you and definitely deliver the question to me. Okay, so my full name is Muhammad Rene Joifri bin Muhammad Johari, or Rene Johari, or some people call me Chef Rene. So basically, I currently live in Dubai and attached to Double Tree by Hilton in Business Bay, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. So I'm the executive chef of the property itself, which is located not too far. I would say we're just around 1.5 or 2 kilometers away from the Burj Khalifa. Okay, so maybe some of you you know Dubai. Maybe you visited Dubai, or you have plans to visit Dubai, or you always had in mind, or you browse about Dubai, looking at what Dubai is offering uh, on both travel and also work. So I'm here to actually deliver a little bit of information on some experience working abroad, mainly here in Dubai itself, or anywhere or any parts of the world, because I also did a lot of exposure and experience in different parts of the world. So to start, at first, I'm also a proud graduate of UITM, mainly for the hotelier, which is hospitality, or the hotel campus, or the how do I say? I'm from the UITM Shah Alam. I graduated in first. I did my diploma, then I continued studies for my bachelor's degree in culinary management, which was in UITM Shah Alam. I think some of you now, basically, a lot of you was viewing. You're from Dungun campus. Uh, Definitely, with an opportunity, you'll be able to move to Puncak Alam, I think now, because we no longer have any campus in Shah Alam itself in Section 2. So yeah, going forward, so basically I started my career in a lot of exposure, not only in Malaysia itself. I also have an exposure with abroad exposure between time to time when I was still in Malaysia, and now I've resided myself in Dubai, or settled in Dubai for almost, maybe anyone out there can guess, maybe 5 years, 2 years. So 13 years in count. So this year, 2022, I'm celebrating my 13 years being abroad, mainly in Dubai itself, 13 years. So being here with, I would say, one third of my career experience and life exposure, mainly in United Arab Emirates, in UAE. I've also done a different exposure before. I was attached as well in different parts of the world while I was still studying in Malaysia. At the same time, working as a lecturer before, where I also attached myself with Tourism Malaysia, Malaysian Embassy, Matrade, Malaysian Trade, with Malaysian Agriculture, to do a lot of promotions of Malaysian cuisine mainly. So in 2009, I decided that I wanted to leave Malaysia. That's where I really went out for a long stretch period of time, which is now 13 years, um, where in the first thought, when I study, um, I wanted to always, I was always thinking that I wanted to go to Europe, because during the time that I always thought, and I always read, and I always browse in internet, I saw a lot of chefs with different experience from Europe itself. Definitely, with my experience, I'm also very exposed, and my professional skill is actually in French and Mediterranean cuisine. So I'll walk you through later on with my experience. How do I actually expose myself with French Mediterranean cuisine? So I always wanted to go to Europe. Then I tried there was never a chance for me. I would say Allah is great, right? God knows better. So God knows what is best for us to plan. So we can always plan, we can always vision, we can always get ourselves ready. So one of the things that I would like to share with all of you out there, definitely to get yourself ready. So being ready is always a good preparation. Ready in a sense of first of all mentally, from your heart yourself, and also your full concentration and commitment. So being ready with all those key points will lead you further in your career, and also open up opportunities if one day you get an opportunity to work abroad. So definitely that will really help you one day. So an opportunity came up. 2009, I had that opportunity. If anyone knows, Abu Dhabi first hosted the Formula One in 2009 in Abu Dhabi at the Yas Island. So when I did that, basically I was given a chance to work abroad. So I say, okay, why not? So I left. Rather than going to Europe, I chose to take this opportunity to go to Abu Dhabi in United Arab Emirates. I think that was a very good step that I took, because to get an opportunity to work abroad definitely is something that it doesn't come once. Yeah, it comes once. It might not come twice or thrice, right? So once you get an opportunity, evaluate what opportunity that you're looking at, and definitely get yourself ready prior. So I moved 2009 to open the Formula One track, working where I was working in seafood fine dining, an award-winning seafood restaurant in Yas Island, Yas Hotel. Currently, it's called uh, Yas Viceroy. So I joined them, did twice a Formula One race. Then I got an opportunity to actually move to Dubai, from Abu Dhabi to move to Dubai. Meanwhile, actually, um, before I moved to Dubai, my boss, when I was working in Yas Abu Dhabi, he offered me to join him, to follow him to Seychelles. Okay, anyone out there you might know, or maybe you get this chance to browse where is Seychelles, an island. It's a French colonial island where to join him with Hilton property, but I did not went to Seychelles. I declined, and I told myself that this opportunity to Dubai is actually also a very good opportunity. So why? Okay, this is where it led me to a very bigger, more bigger prospect that I look at on my career prospect, where I was given a chance to join the restaurant called DIV. So DIV is based in UK, London. So not too far from Hyde Park, uh, where the what do you call this? Around Hyde Park area, where if you browse, the Ivy is by Tim Hughes, sorry, by Tim Hughes. So it's a well recognized celebrity and rosé starred award restaurant. So I say, see, I wanted to always move to Europe, but that particular moment clicked me on the mind that looking at how drastic that UAE is growing, and career opportunity in the future is looking at, where all the European companies, brands, chefs, all this culture kind of move towards UAE, especially Dubai. So I saw the opportunity and I say, okay, let's make this move. So at first I was saying to myself when I wanted to move from Malaysia to Abu Dhabi, I told my ex-boss, one of our senior lecturer before in UITM. So I told him, I will go for a while. I would say for a career exposure, because for me, I used to teach, and till today I love to teach. where I told to myself, because I've always been a student before. I was a student definitely before, and even till today, I learn from everyone. So I told to myself, if I were to teach the next generation, especially you all out there, and also anyone in the future come, and also myself again, I just said I need a lot of other international exposures as well. Work abroad, open up my mind, think differently, really expand, and don't be scared just to go out explore. So that's when I really think and say, okay, I will go for 2 years. So I said, okay, 2 years. After 2 years lapse, that's when the opportunity to Dubai came, and I say, okay, I have to take this move. I'll move to Dubai. Then it lapsed. Then till the years fly, that's why I'm still there for 13 years now, as I mentioned earlier. This is where actually all this exposure that I get actually in Malaysia from all the lecturers, from talking with different experienced professionals within the industry. So what I always do before is that before I went for my internship, for example, I always did like during the semester breaks mainly. I will always go out to different hotels, different chef, or just look for the coming up or known chefs in the industry. Talk to them, get exposure from them. Um, Ask them a lot of questions, and just ask them to be in their kitchen. So that's how I think I get myself prepared, and really went a different path, I would say. So I think this is also a good opportunity for all of you to take note that take every single moment that is there an opportunity, because around that particular moment you never know, all those can be an investment. So time is always an investment. This is when the best time is when you study. You always have the most time that you can find once you work. I think people out there as well would say the same. Once you work, your time to commit on your education and to learn something new, to spend really, really ample time to learn and really grasp all this knowledge from all these experts, from the professional chefs out there, or not only chefs, I would say anyone in the industry. Maybe some of you out there are not chefs. You are in the hospitality industry, maybe in the F&B industry, in the hotel where front office maybe. All of you will get that chance to see how the industry work. Because before even, if we say experience working abroad, uh, working back home is similar, where expectation of the industry is very high. The demand of a candidate to come into the team or the family of the industry, it is very important to make sure that you are prepared. So what I did, as I mentioned, during semester breaks, even during class, when I have time, I would definitely go and find all these chefs, talk to them, or ask them. Not for a paid exposure, it's fine. Just that's where I always say investment of time, investment of your self commitment to what you want to do. So I would say this is the key element that if you really want to embrace and get yourself prepared, and maybe one day, as I said, Allah is very great. When you are ready, He knows that you are ready, and then the door will be open for you, and that's when you know that everything you can overcome easily. Of course, challenges will come, especially working abroad. Okay, so the challenges working abroad, I would say, if I go into this topic, so of course, being apart from family, okay, being away from family, being away from friends, being away from people around you, your environment, all these can be a challenge. Okay, however, it will be a very good challenge. Okay, to open up your mind, to make you a different person, to broaden up your way of thinking, and also working style. So working abroad, um, based on experience, you will be able to see different culture, different people, different lifestyle, different climate even. When I was in where was I, in Chile, Santiago? It was, traveling to Chile. Imagine, took me 27 hours just to get myself there, and to get an opportunity to work there. Imagine if someone with unprepared self willingness, maybe it will break you. It will make you tired, and then especially being abroad, you won't be able to see your family, to cuddle, or to how do I say, to go on someone's shoulder that you're comfortable with and put your hearts out. That is where um, the whole experience or the whole challenge that will make you a better person, a better, I would say, employee to the employer, and also to the industry itself. So this challenge is actually where I would say working abroad will prolong your career prospect. Meaning to say, if you want to look into a career prospect to be on a longer period, like myself, I would say, after 2 years, I decided, and then better opportunity came up. Being able to adapt in a different environment, different language, definitely with different people, where especially when we are back home, if you go to the hotels, or if you go out even, you will easily feel comfortable because everyone is around you, is similar to your own norm, so you'll be able to adapt and you will not feel scared. So imagine yourself looking at a foreigner working here or working back home in Malaysia, so you can see how hardworking they are, right? Similar, by norm, that it will also change you to that, because you are abroad, you don't know where to go, right? You need to adjust. So this will change yourself to become very independent. Okay, being able to actually rectify or identify different ways to communicate and also adapt with different people, different culture, different origin of people, I would say. So culture shock can be a very big synonym issue that I would say a lot of even friends, even ex-graduates, or anyone, not in particular, but anyone who travel abroad, try to work abroad, and they won't prolong their career path. Maybe they just continue up to 6 months, 1 year, not up to 2 years. They find these challenges kind of become a border or become a wall between them and going forward. So I think this is one of the critical element to kind of assure that if you want to get yourself prepared, make sure all these key points, I would say, get yourself prepared and ready. Um, Look or envision ahead, think to the worst case scenario, I would say, so that if you come occur to a worst case scenario abroad, it will not shock you and it will not turn you down. Okay, there will be a time, definitely. Not everyone will build up their, I would say, motivation or very strong spirit there and then. It will take time, definitely, but never, never, never give up, I would say. So next to the challenges, I would say, apart from the weather. Okay, definitely some of you, you've traveled abroad for vacations or visiting your friends, family, or just for a holiday. Um, Definitely weather can be a slight challenge, okay, or can be a major challenge. Like myself, being in the Middle East, we have only two seasons, which is a very warm or very hot season, dry, and a cold dry season. So only 2 seasons. Maybe some of you get a chance to go to maybe UK or uh, to England. It's a little bit more wet, a little bit more chill, very dim environment. Some might not be able to adapt, because of the cold weather and very damp weather. Maybe in African countries, very dry and warm, or even any of you travel to Eastern Europe, maybe those area will be throughout the year will be cold, and not only cold when it comes to actual cold period, it will go very very cold. So all this kind of the things that can kind of play with your mind that will hold you from going forward. So please, before you apply or you start to work abroad, make sure that you know the country, what to expect. Always browse, or nowadays it's easy, not like the generations before, where you don't have the access of internet. Now you have is the access of internet. You can browse, you can check how is the geographical factor of that particular country that you're going to travel to or work at. Look at all the geographical factors, like the area. What does the area have? What is the strong element of that area? Look as well, not only how to adapt. Look at the opportunity that you're going to get working abroad at that particular area. So when you start to look at that, you will start to identify, to continue the things that you wanted to get: exposure, opportunity, people around there, um, what kind of influence, in a sense, to build up your career. Maybe there are some celebrity chefs, or a reputable outlet or hotel will be there, where you will be able to get a chance to get an exposure there. All right. So those are the things I would say nowadays is more convenient for you. And if you miss your family working abroad, definitely, like nowadays, you can always video call. They are just a touch screen away. Okay, only the time frame can be different. Like in Dubai, it's 4 hours late behind time. So like maybe in UK, it's like almost like 8 hours or 6 hours behind time. So the further the time will change, or the yeah, vice versa. So working abroad, the other things that I would like to share with you is that I continue from my path when I managed to join the IV, which is the UK restaurant, okay, UK-based restaurant from the Capri's Group under Chef Tim Hughes. I've worked there for a year, almost 2 years. Then I got an opportunity. Another chef working in the same building. If you check, it's called Jumeirah Emirates Tower. It's also an icon building next to the Museum of the Future. Some of you, maybe you've seen the latest viral destination in Dubai. They call it the Museum of the Future. Just opposite Museum of the Future, Jumeirah Emirates Tower. So the chef at the fine dining restaurant at the very top floor got hold of me, that he saw my work style in the when I was having dinner, when I was helping the hotel. So he said, Renee, would you like to join us in the hotel and also to work in that particular restaurant? So I saw that opportunity. That's where I see, okay, a different challenge, because working abroad, people around you, as I mentioned, they are from different origin, they are from different parts of the world, different experience. They can come with a very high expectation. They know that if a good talent will come, they will definitely grab. So that's why I say prepare yourself prior, ahead of time, so that anything that will come in the future, definitely it will get yourself ready. So again, as I say, English, okay, is the main mode of language or interaction that will help you a lot. So don't worry, don't be shy. I know that we ourselves, we're not grown, we are not taught, our mother tongue is not English. Okay, so don't be shy. Everyone, if you work abroad, everyone will literally come across in the same scenario. So if anyone comes from, example, Germany, even though they're from Europe, English is not their first language, and some of them barely speak English. From Swiss, they barely speak English. Only nowadays you get people who speak English. Italy, of course, from UK, definitely that is their first language, their mother tongue language. However, on there's a lot of things that will differentiate what they are strong at, what they lack of. So please, if you find yourself on having a very moderate or basic English background, or you feel not comfortable to speak in English, please break that barrier, break that lock, or break the key. Okay, open up that chest, open up yourself, speak English. Okay, I know it's not easy, but once you give that chance to yourself, imagine once you move yourself abroad, this will be a very good tool to you. This will differentiate yourself with another competitor. For example, in the industry, is very competitive, right? You have another commie coming in, or another sous chef coming in as the same role as yourself, or another executive chef coming in. So those are the basically, language is the main control to your career prospect. So everyone who travel abroad, definitely they don't come from that native English tongue, right? So once you travel, you will see all this, and you will see the difference. So immediately, just push yourself, be confident. All right, maybe some of them, they speak English like nobody's business. They are very confident. Just stand up, all right, heads up, just do what you do best, feel confident, and just speak. You might have grammatical error, broken language is fine. This is where human is unique. You can speak body language, you can try, because nowadays even you have a phone, right? You have a different digital device or tools that can help you. So if you don't start, this will not prolong your career prospect. Okay, so working abroad, this is one of the main thing that you need, the language. Make sure you prepared, and at least just push yourself, do it. Okay, don't feel shy, because there's a lot, based on my experience, there's a lot of friends, not from Malaysia themselves, from different parts of the world, from Sri Lanka. I had a colleague before, or my staff before, from Nepal, even from Italy before, Germany, Austria. They barely speak English. They can converse in a very basic manner. They just use recently with Turkish as well. So they just use their mobile, try to translate, and after 3 months, imagine 3 months within the probation period, up to 6 months, it kinds of improve by itself. Because why? Because they want to do that. So if you start to do that, definitely this will give you a better prospect going further to your work experience. So language, okay, I've touched that. So what happened is that I've worked with a UK based or England based restaurant. Then I moved to the fine dining in Emirates Tower. Then another opportunity came up after 7 months. Got my promotion as well to move to a sous chef that time, taking charge of the steakhouse, New York style steakhouse. And then next opportunity came up where I really wanted. Why I wanted to go to Europe? Because I've always wanted to work in a Michelin star restaurant and working with a Michelin star chefs. So if I talk about this record, recognition or stars like Michelin, Rose, all these best awards of different category, different awards. So there's many out there. It's only that you need to open up, look for them, just be humble. I would say the main key point as well, another key point that I would like to share to you, be humble. Okay, with knowledge, without knowledge, just be a person who wants to absorb knowledge. Okay, with or without, it's very, very important. So this is where you will get more opportunity because learning, this is where learning comes. If you learn from theoretical learning, so once you graduate, so your practical will apply. So where theoretical and practical, this is where the theory will expand because practical will broaden up theory techniques or theoretical factors. Uh, you might learn one method or one way or one recipe in your theoretical learning. But when you go to a practical learning, this is where everyone will start to come up with different ways, different method, different concepts, different ideas of approaching that particular theory topic because uh, everything in the industry day to day it change, it evolves. To have a theory is very good as your foundation where you need a root like a tree, right? To grow a tree it needs a very strong root, right, to take care of a tree. So you need to have a very strong root, your ground and foundation. So from there, once you understand that, when the practical applies, you will easily rectify how it can be diverse to, or how it evolves, how people innovate. This is how um, creative thinking comes when your foundation or your theory is very strong and it's the right theory. So learning with all different people, I got the opportunity to get an exposure with a Michelin star chef actually since I was in Abu Dhabi. But when I moved to Dubai, that is where they called me up to open the Galvin Brothers from UK, from England. They are they have 2-star Michelin restaurant. They have 1-star Michelin restaurant. The one with the 1 star, I think they have 2 restaurants now with 1 star. And also not only in UK, they also have it in Ireland. So giving that opportunity or taking the opportunity, it was a big career advancement for me, where I found myself dreaming, right? I wanted to work with a Michelin star chef. Now I was given a chance to be the head chef of a Michelin star restaurant, to carry their name, to continue their legacy, and to continue what they cook best for their clients, for their guests, to continue their or to prolong their cooking technique as how they are great for. So that was, I would say, my experience that made me another, another person, where it evolves me in a sense, in changing how my way of thinking, how my adaptation with people, with the environment, with the ingredients mainly. This is where the difference comes. So based on my experience, this is where I grew and I kind of grasped from them. So working with the executive chef of the particular brand, uh, getting the chance, I've always envisioned, always dreamed that I would like to work in a Michelin star restaurant. Alhamdulillah, it came to me. Actually, one story I would like to share: when I was in the campus in UITM before, there was, before entering the kitchen, all right, for the practical kitchen, there's a notice board. Uh, there was a poster that shows the Burj Al Arab. Okay, Burj Al Arab, if you know, is known for its 7-star recognition, 7-star hotel. So I always look at it like, okay, how can I get a chance to go there, to look at it in front of me, to step into the building? So when I moved to Dubai, when I managed to work with Emirates Tower, Jumeirah Emirates Tower, Jumeirah Burj Al Arab is one of our sister property. And I was given a chance as well to do a function there, to step into one of the kitchen and to see the property itself in front of me. It was a dream come true. So dreaming is a good thing, okay? But when you dream, make sure you act and react. Make sure you plan towards your dream. Make sure you always commit to your dream. Always put and invest every single moment that you have opportunity into that. So that kind of opened up the door. That's the experience that I got and the opportunity that I received. So I was sent off to UK to also get an opportunity or an exposure in the Hilton Hyde Park for Windows, Galvin at Windows. They hold a 2-star Michelin there. So that was a overwhelming experience. I was, pinching myself, trying to figure out, okay, is this a dream? Is this something that I'm just in my own self dream, sleeping? But alhamdulillah, it was not. So just be humble. Mainly, that is where you will see different things. When being humble is not to say that just to say you don't know anything. Don't do that. I would say being humble is just be yourself. If you know anything, you can share. If you don't know anything, just say that you don't know, and say that you are willing to learn and you want to improve, that you want to go ahead, that you want to become someone big, you want to have this vision. That is where being humble is, because you never know. The person in front of you might not know uh, one topic or one item, but he or she might know 10 or 20 different things that you don't even know. Okay, maybe you think, oh, this person doesn't know this thing, but this is only what you know. Okay, but that person might have, you never know, 10 or 20 different other things that you don't know at all. And if you don't become humble, or you don't take the opportunity to learn from that particular person, you will lose it out. Okay, this is where not only working abroad, working in your own country, similar to that. Just know that you will get a chance to learn from anyone. Okay, from anyone. It doesn't mean that one day you will become a sous chef, or you become a manager, or a family manager, a GM, executive chef, or a director, that if a stewarding or a kitchen porter or a commie pass by to you, or just a waitress or a runner or a bellboy just come to you and try to show you something, don't use that as a wall. Okay, don't turn it down. Just see what you can learn. Just be humble, interact. This is where it will change the whole human experience. Okay, because working abroad, human experience is one of the great medal, I would say. Once you have challenged yourself in that element, this experience is a medal for you to keep. Okay, you will know this when you keep this to yourself and share to your friends out there. Tell them this and keep it to yourself as well. Continue these words. One day, you will just think again, and you will say, "Uh-huh, Chef Rene did said this once before. I did not use that during the time, but now I think I will use it And also this is where it all kind of links together and linked up. So based on experience itself, those are, I would say, the key factors, key experience that I think is very important that I share to all of you, and also remind myself when I always give a talk or share such motivation experience. It always reminds me and recall myself to just go back again, remember how you grow, how you become your, how did how did you start, who was the people around you that contribute to your experience till today, to kind of support. Sometimes you don't know all people around you, um, that very moment. If you really make use of it, it will definitely give back to you. As long be positive, be humble, and know that all those are opportunity. Okay, then when you work abroad, if you come into a challenge, if there is, for sure, there is never an easy road or easy ride. Okay, your road trip will be sometimes easy, sometimes unexpected situation will occur. There will be a lot of big things that you never thought of will hit you. Okay, so all these things is actually to get yourself ready further. What I'm trying to say is that when challenge come, just stay put, get yourself ready on it, think wisely, don't react immediately, especially when you are abroad. There's a lot of things that you have to consider. Your emotion, you have to kind of balance it up. Make sure you don't react immediately in any scenario. Okay, I'm talking in general, can be in any different scenario. So put yourself in a place and think wisely, then you react. Okay, because being abroad with all the regulations, it will be different. Okay, not like back home. If you decide on something, you can just turn around and continue and do something else, or but the industry is not big. Okay, the industry, even you see the globe is quite big, it's quite far, but if you say the industry itself is very, very small, everyone can be connected to anyone. You never know. All of a sudden, this particular person or your previous managers or your previous colleagues somehow connected to your future employer or team, or vice versa, any part of the world. This is how the industry works. Even this is how the world works. So if you come to a scenario that you really need to make a decision, make sure that you make a wise decision. Always go back, refer to anyone more experienced within the country itself, for example, or anyone that you find more senior or more expert within your career prospect. Seek advice. Okay, not only within the career or maybe anything that might bother you when you are abroad. So this will make a difference on how long or how to prolong your career prospect abroad. Because why I say this, why I like to share this, because there's a lot of scenario. This is based on experience. Some, emotion. They just don't think far. Not, they don't settle in first. They just react immediately, and it might be a wrong decision, a wrong move, a wrong way to react, which can cause different things to your career. And also maybe they might move you back to your country, or you might not be able to continue your work abroad in different ways, like to move to a different property, or even try to look for a new job, or even come back home. This industry, as I mentioned earlier, It is very, very small. People know each other directly, indirectly. Okay, so even though you are abroad, always remember, um, if you are far, there are things that's also near and also far. What I mean by this is that you have your family far, you have your friends near and far, or if, Alhamdulillah, if you have your family near to you, then it's good, where this would be also a motivational factor. So I would say, on other things to share on career, working abroad, um, I would say challenge yourself. Okay, never stop. When you work abroad, it's always good to um, continue and grow. However, don't feel comfortable. So when you work abroad, always challenge yourself. Always go ahead. Always continue. Always challenge. Find something new. Don't feel comfortable. This is the problem where I see, even I did once kind of fall into that comfort zone where I feel I'm very comfortable here, everyone is fine, my colleagues are very nice, and I know what to do every day. It's easy for me, there's no new challenge. So I feel, okay, if I want to move somewhere or if I want to do something new, I feel scared. Okay, so this is the experience that I want to share and for you to take back and keep it in your book, all right, your self book, okay, your commitment book. Because even you feel comfortable, once you feel comfortable, it's already a red zone where you shouldn't enter. Make sure you always challenge yourself, do something new, find something new, ask for something new. Because once you start to do that, your skill sets or yourself, you will expand. You will build or you will absorb more new things. You will open up your mind. You will also show out there, okay, that you are different. Working abroad is very important that you show yourself different, not only abroad, but also in Malaysia itself, back home, anywhere. This is general. Show yourself that you are different. Show yourself that you are capable more than what is expected from you. Because some might not think as such. This is where it differentiates how career development for everyone kind of expand. Because people always think that, okay, I will work for a couple of years, then I will get opportunity for sure to grow my career, to become on a higher level. But that is the most wrong thing to do to yourself. Okay, to yourself, I say. To myself also, I told myself, because why? That is where you're going to waste time. That is where you're going to relax. That is where you let others overtake you. Okay. Um, why I'm saying this is that because there's a lot of challenge out there. Okay, being abroad where everyone is chasing, there and then is where you notice that everyone is chasing for a better goal at the end, a better end. So everyone wants to be successful. So when you also challenge the scenario, it will put you to another level. People will realize you will shine. That is when uh, you will become another, I would say, value to the trade, to the industry. So I would not say that I've already reached that. Alhamdulillah, I was given the opportunity and now being recognized in the industry itself in United Arab Emirates. Last year was given a very, I would say, a big recognition to myself as the most influential, 50 best most influential executive chef in the region. Region meaning not only UAE, the whole Middle East region. and then top 10 in my region itself in Dubai. So Alhamdulillah, being a Malaysian myself, being abroad, um, it's not a challenge. Don't see that it's a challenge as I refer back to language, mindset. Okay, always think to be humble. Your mindset, you have to vision, think like how other think, but think better. Meaning to say, if you have an icon, okay, it's always good to have an icon or mentor where you really look how their career growth go time to time. Then you will see what things differently that you can do and you can follow, because some things will not work for you. All right, so don't frustrate yourself. Don't say that till today, a couple of years being abroad, my improvement on my language is not really great. uh, I don't think it's a good thing. I don't get that opportunity. I don't, I did not grow and all those. Don't hold yourself with all those words. When you work abroad, as I say, be positive, hold yourself, always hold yourself up. Okay, be confident, don't be overconfident. Being overconfident is dangerous as well. uh, just humble, as I mentioned earlier. Be minimalist, know that it's not enough for you, so learn every single day, learn something new, do something new, show people that you are doing something. Then definitely this will make yourself different. Because being, as I mentioned, being abroad, you have challenges from your colleagues from Europe, because maybe people will only think if a chef, you come from Europe, you're a good chef, right? Or in the expert of the industry. But actually, we can. Like myself, on a trade, I do, as I mentioned, professional trade. My trade is French Mediterranean cuisine. That's the reason why the Galvin brothers took me on board, because they cook French Mediterranean. But of course, being a Malaysian, so I took that opportunity because I used to also travel, as I mentioned earlier, working along with embassy, with agriculture, with tourism, trades, to promote Malaysian food. So now, giving that opportunity, I think I have the right time. Okay, after learning all the best technique from all the great chefs that I've known, and apply it to our cuisine. So this is actually an opportunity when you are abroad, when you have the right skill, which nobody have, or there is a niche market for that. Some people would say, okay, I will go for Japanese because Japanese cuisine everyone likes, or Chinese cuisine, or Thai cuisine, anything that's Asian related. But actually, our own cuisine is very unique. That's why you see, if you realize, even the European chef nowadays, they like to use lemongrass, pandan leaf, turmeric, all these beautiful ingredients that we have, which is near to our heart. So that is where I kind of open up myself and say, okay, let's take this opportunity. Being abroad, let's promote Malaysian food uh, using the right, platform. So Alhamdulillah, I was given an opportunity to prolong and continue my, uh, I would say, motivation and also my mission to promote Malaysian food abroad till today. That's where I was given a different exposure, different chance to work again with the tourism board, with recently and now still with the Masters of Malaysian Cuisine, to continue talk about Malaysian food with tourism, explore Malaysian food differently. So this is where my experience come when I cook. Some always, or even I actually talk to a lot of expatriates, people out there. When they find, oh, Malaysian food is very tedious, there's a lot of ingredients and it's a lot of time to cook. Yes, all those bit by bit reason, they can find million reasons not to cook Malaysian food. But this is where our experience come. This is where our heart come. where we can teach them differently. We can show them, because once we show them with the experience that we have, this is where when I say theory apply, a very strong root applies with all the vast experience and practical input will come. Then you start to attract different culture to like, to explore, to educate them on Malaysian food, Malaysian cuisine itself. Um, Always find opportunity. Being abroad, I would say find opportunity, do something different. Um, like myself, I don't do the typical nasi lemak. Okay, recently, if anyone follows me, I did for Raya and also for the puasa Ramadan. I did a in Middle East they like lamb uzi, the whole uh, lamb carcass, the whole piece of lamb. They roast it with rice like lamb mandi, lamb kapsa. It's called uzi. So they present this in the middle of the buffet, on the middle of the table for everyone to feast. So I say, okay, this is kambing golek, right? This is our typical Malaysian. We do this a lot, and then we love our nasi lemak. We love our nasi tomato. We love our style of nasi biryani, for example, or we have our nasi kerabu. All this, so I incorporate both. So understanding that the culture loves their lamb, loves this whole feasting of the whole lamb together, and I introduce our Malaysian flavor. Okay, without them realizing, they just have it because they know it's something familiar to them. They just go and take, but when they eat it, we just stood them, and then they kind of, okay, trying to endeavor, like, okay, what is this flavor, what is this, it's so refreshing, it's so fragrant, it's so, there's a lot of, that's why our ingredients are very beautiful, and it reached them. So never to know that they tried a Malaysian cuisine immediately. So these kind of things is actually an experience that you only will realize, or you only open up your mind if you start to travel, start to see different culture. Maybe I would say if you don't get a chance yet to work abroad, always inshallah. I mean, I'm not asking you to spend money to just travel here, go for holidays. No, you can still do it online. You can still check with different chefs around here as well. To your lecturers, ask them, okay, what are this culture all about? What these people eat? What are their, geographical factors that contribute to their food culture? Then, when the time comes, this will give you an opportunity. Okay, so this is where it's easier for you to adapt. Your always invest on your palate. Okay, investing on palate is very important. Try different food, try different culture, so that once you get an experience, it will not shock you. And the best thing is that it will make you easily adapting to the whole environment. It will make you adapt to the culture. It will make you adapt to the palate, to the requirements. So it will not shock you, because I think once you start to explore and push yourself abroad, it's very important that you make yourself an open book, an empty page. Always absorb, always write, always take all this, whatever you have from people around, because you won't have this opportunity if you are still back home, for example. But I'm not saying, you will lose it. Back home, as I say, you still can find opportunities, you can still find it, because Alhamdulillah now, there's a lot of opening up different cuisine in Malaysia itself, right? And also there's now even very good restaurants to get exposure from, like Dewa Khan, our great friend in Penang. What's that restaurant called? Gun, for example. So these are all good names. You never know. Like even you can pass by. I mean, you can pass by Chef One's restaurant, Chef Ismail. They will talk about the Malaysian food, how they, how they expose it abroad. That can also give you an opportunity to think if you like Malaysian food from your, from your foundation. But if you are more into a different way of cooking, or a different way of service, this is very important that you explore. Talk to people. Okay, maybe if you might wonder, okay, okay, you talk about food, but how about if I'm a service provider? How about if I work in F&B? How about I work in the front office? So there's nothing different. Talk to different people. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Ask about their culture. Ask about what they used to do back home, how they grew up, what kind of things they do. So automatically, it will start yourself to absorb all this information. One day, once you stand in front of the reception, okay, you want to check in a guest. If a guest, for example, used to talk to a Italian guest, just ask, how do I say hello? How do I say thank you? How do I say bye bye? Right? Immediately, when you saw, you want to check in the guest, you say, oh, from Italy. Then you just ask, ciao, come estás? Right? Tuta ben. Immediately, or the guest will be like, how? Huh? Bene, bene, prego, and everything. Then ciao. Automatically people will feel that you are very special, even though you don't know the whole language. Okay, it's quite unique. Just be, just absorb all those things. It doesn't mean that small little things. It makes you look weird or makes you look how some people will look at you like one-sided, but just don't think about them. Think about opportunities that you will get, what different things that you will open up to. um, you know Try. There's nothing wrong. The opportunity that you get if you graduate now, you get different language as well, right? So just continue it, prolong it. Maybe you're not going to use it now, which is definite, but always look for the opportunity how to use it. Okay, use the right way. That's it, I would say. So I think those are the key things, the key factors or key experience that I say to get yourself ready, challenges, what to overcome. Based on my experience, is that mainly um, till today, Alhamdulillah, giving the opportunity, I'm still learning. Okay, at this level as well. Working with a big company right now, like Hilton itself, they have a big chains of properties. Imagine, with different management levels from different origin. So being able to show how different you can show your expertise, it will make you unique, and also it will make you an asset, okay, to the brand, to the property, to the area by itself. So yeah, I would say the main thing is being humble. Okay, don't think that you know everything. Yeah, how high is your education? Don't think that you are educated and you have well paper educated, and maybe you've prolonged your studies to masters or PhD. Okay, fair, but think who's out there, right? Think all the knowledge you're gonna get out there. Even if you want to do your papers, if you want to do your research, for example, you still need the people out there, right? So this is very important. Just again, if even you get an opportunity which is not something that you always wanted, for example, if for example you ask for such position, which again you have to seek advice from the industry expert, seek advice from your lecturers, understand how to evaluate yourself before you go into the industry. Expectation, yes, everyone have expectation. Also, the industry have a big expectation from you. From your employer also have a big expectation from you as an employee, newcomer employee. So if your time come right, you might get what you wanted. But if the time, just consider it as an opportunity. Is maybe it's not something that you wanna look at. You never thought that, oh, why I'm getting this position is too low for me. uh, Try to understand that why not take the opportunity? But remember, as I mentioned, search, do your research, do your background check wherever you are given the opportunity to work abroad. That's the main thing. Get yourself prepared and understand what is coming forward, because by again, opportunity will come, as I say, but there will be different opportunities with the right or wrong, um, because nowadays is there's a lot of things going on. All right, so just be mindful. Get an opportunity, you can get excited, or you might be, too overwhelmed, and then you were given a lower expectation. Think, do a right search. When you search, okay, this company, it has a chain, a worldwide opportunity for you. Not only maybe now, it's just to step in 2 years time, 3 years time, 5 years time, 10 years time. See how far can you go, what are the opportunities. If there is a good opportunity, you know your potential, you know your caliber, by all means, it's never a bad move. Okay, don't think, as I say, don't think that you are good enough. Always think that you are good. Okay, fair, but see what are the opportunities that you're going to get, because it might be a lot of challenge. You might think, okay, I'm good. Why? Then once you go, you were not prepared. You did not get yourself ready. Then you start to get culture shock. You will then, from from a good talent, you will become a very poor talent, because all these things, the challenge that will come facing you abroad, these are the actual challenge. So how good you are, once you manage the challenge, then it will determine if you are good or not. It doesn't mean that you are not good. Remember, okay, it doesn't mean that you are not good if you cannot overcome the challenge. Meaning to say the challenge is great and you were not prepared. Okay, so always think, then don't give up, get yourself prepared, even though you are already on the middle of the road. Okay, get yourself prepared, overcome it, and then for sure you can overlook, okay, and go through it. So I would say those are the experience that I can share. Being abroad, almost similar. Maybe other experts in the industry might have a different experience to share. However, more or less, the basic of working abroad is similar to what I've already shared to you. Mainly to get yourself ready. Okay, just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the years that you gain from there. Mainly make the best out of it, benefit out of it, and then look ahead. I would say plan when you get a chance. Plan your first 2 years. Don't give yourself 1 year. 1 year is not enough. 2 years is just moderate. It's idle. 3 years is good to be. So plan. Okay, in 2 years time, what I want to do, what I want to achieve. In 3 years' time, what is my expectation? 5 years' time, what I want to challenge myself, where I want to be. Then you go to 8 years and 10 years. But look ahead of the 2, 3, and 5 years. These are the common things. If nowadays, if you go through interviews as well, a lot of employer, they want to know what to expect from you. So they want to see what is your vision, how is your mind, uh, what is your mindset, what is your purpose of working abroad, trying to travel, right? So once this is clear, once you are prepared to say, okay, I want to do this in these years, after this years, after that years, it shows that you know what you want to do, and they can actually help you. Okay, they can rectify, they can identify that how they can help you to grow as well. Not only not giving you the opportunity to work only. Remember, this is one of the key that will give the employer an idea, your commitment, okay, your mindset. You have a vision, you have a mission, you know what you're doing, you know what you want to go for. Okay, so I would say, yeah. So the time is still good, I think. Is there any further question, Miss Anis or the moderator? I think for more or less this is where the experience and the talk that I have for you, prepared for you, and also I wanted to share. Just remember all those key points that you want to take back. I'm always around, obviously. You know where to find me. If you don't know, also on Instagram, Rene Johari, the same name, Facebook. I think if you get in touch with your moderator, definitely they can help you out. So thank you again for this great opportunity. It was my pleasure. And I think I would like to hand back to our moderator, Miss Anis.
Sabar. Thank you, Chef Muhammad Rim. It seems like the audience has some question for you in the comment section. Do you mind answering that? Let me read one by one for you. Question 1. Sir, how do you get used to live at strangers' place?
Okay, let's answer the question one by one. So may I know who asked that question, Anis? Any particular name? It's okay. Yeah, you can mention the name later on. It's good to know who asked the question. Thank you for asking the question. Uh, Sorry, can you just remind me what was the question again? The challenges, right? So let me recall. Okay, so different challenges. I think I got the question. So different challenges. How do I overcome? Basically, that's when my key advice earlier is that try to understand these challenges. What are the challenges about? Okay, of course, being abroad, as I mentioned, there's different challenge and how the challenge come. The main thing is feel confident. Okay, don't overconfident yourself. Mainly, identify or rectify the challenge. See how it will affect yourself. Okay, uh, what is the importance of the challenge? How the challenge can be impact. How can the challenge impact to your career, what are you doing, to your daily life abroad, every single factor. Okay, rectify that. Then once you rectify, then you can identify, you can understand. Okay, this challenge is just a small challenge, or it's a medium challenge, or it's a big challenge. So if mainly talking to the right people, the right person, seek advice is important, especially for the medium and high impact challenge. If it's a very low or very minor impact challenge, I think it's quite easy to overcome, and don't overwhelm yourself. Sometimes challenge can come, but as I mentioned, just sit down, identify, because you cannot react even though from a very minor challenge to a very heavy challenge. You cannot just react as immediate as you wish, because it can, from a small challenge, it can escalate to a bigger challenge based on how you react. So as I say, being humble, identify, get to know what is the challenge, because every challenge that God gave us, okay, there's always a reason, and it's always for us, not for anyone else. So he knows that you're the only one can go through this challenge, but think wise, okay, think straight, put your heart out there. Inshallah, you will able to go through the challenge. Next question.
Thank you, sir. Next question from Shuhada. Uh, Sir, have you ever felt afraid when you know you need to stay at Dubai alone?
Okay, from Shuhada. Thank you, Shuhada. Very good question also. So, feel afraid. Okay, felt afraid. For me, Alhamdulillah, I did not feel that. Why? Because I got myself prepared. That's why I say before you do such plans to continue or being abroad, you have to get yourself prepared. So if you want, that's why I say try to travel. Even though with family is fine, start slowly. Try to travel. Maybe same. You don't have to travel abroad. You can travel within your own country, but try to be away for a certain period of time and do something. Not just go and do vacation. No, don't do that. Do something that is beneficial for you, for your career. So once you do that, like for example, just go to the next state or go further away. Like for example, if you are doing food industry, for sorry F&B, go and search for some restaurants or a property hotel or what such. Go and see what they do, or ask them, spend time with them. Just say, I want to learn something. Can I get that opportunity? And then do something. Okay, but not go for a holiday. Start small. It's okay. At least you will feel the momentum to pump in, because you know that once you travel, staying abroad alone. Why? Because you want to do what you like. Okay. Once you do what you like, what you want to do for yourself, what you have envisioned, this will help you to feel to remove all this feel afraid as such. Of course, being away abroad is difficult and sometimes can be scary, because you don't know the area for the first time. Okay, you might not know, okay, what's happening up there. You open the window, you see the street at night is very quiet. Is it safe or no? That's why when I say, when you get an opportunity, go and browse and search about the area. So if, for example, a restaurant or hotel, where is it located at? So if they provide you an accommodation, just have to inquire, where is it located at, for example. So now it's accessible, right? You can see Google Map easily. You can see what is around available, what you can do. So all that will help you, and it will reduce you on that feeling of afraid, because you know that, okay, if I need a shop, there's a small shop nearby. If I need something basic, I know how to work myself. But try to do what I said earlier. Just try to be away and do something as a practice before you continue to prolong yourself abroad. Otherwise, you will get shocked. Yes, it's a very good share that Shuhada asked, because it's very important. Yes, you will get scared from time to time when the challenge comes. Especially, you will feel alone. You don't know what to do. You're not sure. But all those things, I think the ones that I advised earlier, that would be a very good tool to be prepared. Yeah. And nowadays, nowadays you have video call, you have all this uh, access available, right? So I don't think you will be alone. If you feel alone, you just switch on your PC or mobile, get in touch with your loved ones, right, with your friends, just to feel comfortable, and then continue.
Next is from Fuzana Hadira Muhammad Lukman. Sir, how can we reach a higher level by going through various challenges? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Faizana Hadirah Muhammad Uthman. Yeah, this is, I think, you asked a very deep question. Okay, I shared this earlier, only that let me clarify and break it down. Okay, so you asked, how can we reach a higher level by going through various challenges? Because once you go through the challenge, you get yourself ready, you go through it, you overcome. So once you've done the first challenge, you know if the same challenge will come, you know how to overcome, right? It's like first stage, second stage, third stage, level one, level two, similar to your education as well. Once you go for your basic, for your first year, first term. Then you have basic, 101. Then the next semester, they will send you to 201 or 102, right? So if you did not pass the first exam, your first semester, you did not, achieve or succeed in that level, you will not be able. Then you have to repeat, correct? So once you go through, if you score or even you pass, then you know how to link, how to connect yourself to the next challenge. Because at a level where to grow, different challenge will come because of the requirements of that level. Level, we can say your career, your career level, from your positions, from your years of the progression, from your knowledge, all those, when challenge come, is always good. That's why you have exams. That's why you have tests. Life provide us tests and challenge to get ourselves ready for the next one to come. Okay, so this is very clear, I think, because once you know you've went through this level of challenge, the next level, if the same challenge as I mentioned, it will be easier for you, and it's just another opportunity for you to fix the challenge, maybe to do it differently, right? Or you will realize that, oh, the next challenge, that's why I went through the first challenge, where to get myself ready on this next level, where I need that challenge, where now I'm ready. I know, okay, at least these basics that went through this time, now to continue for the next challenge, I'm ready. So that's how uh, you react, and then a level goes through in various challenges. Okay, I hope it's clear.
Thank you, sir. It's very clear. Next question is from Hanahan. Hi, sir. Can I ask what Dubai's famous dish that you ever cook? Thank you.
Thank they love their uzi. This uzi is famous in Dubai, where people will go for family feasting, for functions. They really talk about it. If you see all these YouTubers that goes to Dubai, they will go to this mandi rice shop, this Dubai famous cuisine shop, Camel, and all those. So I've done these dishes. Okay, I've cooked them through my years, and I've already explored and introduced uh, a cross culture of Dubai and Malaysia, where I did the lamb mandi or lamb uzi, nasi lemak lamb uzi, for example, or nasi tomato lamb uzi. So these are the dish, and like the other dishes, like the dessert, they are what they call the kunafa, and the ali. So ali, I put pandan in the ali. So those are the famous dishes, ali, lamb uzi, lamb mandi, kapsa, all those. So and there are these. If you ask, how about starter, like the hummus, like the fatoush, the hummus and mutabel. Okay, mutabel is the roasted eggplant, which is also famous in their starters. So what I did, of course, I've done this dish, but at the same time, uh, your sambal terung, sambal eggplant. So I incorporate those two elements together. So I make a Malaysian style Arabian tabule. Mutabel. And also, of course, Dubai food, they like to put gold. They like to showcase everything about the dish. Of course, I've done that, alhamdulillah, given the chance to put all the expensive ingredient with all this foie gras, truffle, the gold leaf, when they coat the whole burger, for example, just to sell to you for hundreds of thousands of ringgit. So alhamdulillah, managed to do that.
Thank you, Chef. Next is from Shuhada. Is there any different ways on how chef in Dubai cook and how chef in Malaysia cook? Can you share some for us?
Sure.
Thank you.
Shuhada wants to know if is there any difference? Um, so there is definitely difference of any part of the world of their ethnic or authentic cooking technique will apply. So, like for example, if you really look into Dubai authentic cooking or UAE, United Arab cooking, they cook in a in the so what they do is that they dig up the ground, the soil or the sand. They make a hole, okay, a well, and they cook their biryani, the uzi, as I mentioned earlier. They will cook it underground, and then they will put on the top. They will just fill it up again, and they put all the charcoals on top. Whereby Malay or Malaysian, technically our ethnic cooking, we do it the other way around, right? Our charcoal is at the bottom, okay, our wood is at the bottom, and our wok or our stove is on the top, and we cook everything on the top. But to achieve the same cooking, of course, it's a little bit different. On cooking methods, for example, these are methods ingredient wise. Chef in Dubai, if we talk in general, there are a lot of different chefs. From, as I mentioned, Dubai is a hub of international cuisine, from Europe up to the Middle East, up to Asia. So everyone has their own cooking technique. But if it's in particular Dubai or the Arabic, so their main ingredients are quite straightforward. Only onion, okay, and they have cardamom, cinnamon, and their cumin. Okay, these are the base that they always use, and they have dry lemon and pickle. Okay, for whereby us we have a lot of beautiful ingredient, and we like to put more than 20 to 40 ingredients into our cooking. So this is how it's different, because again, why this happen is that their cooking is such because they use available ingredient. This is their culture, what they have there, because they don't have a lot of crops, no plants that they can harvest. Like us, we have this beautiful tropical environment where we have a lot of ingredients. That's why our base ingredients has a lot of elements compared to them. So cooking ingredients is as such, and then a method, that is the authentic method, how they cook, and also they use oven. If authentic, like traditional, the same oven, they will cover the whole oven with the charcoal, similar to us, where our traditional oven is using charcoal outside on the top and bottom. So yeah, this is more or less of how is the difference is.
Thank you, Chef. Next is from Shuhada again. May we know what the biggest. Sorry, pardon me. Oh yes, Shuhada. May we know what the biggest achievement that you have ever achieved? Thank you, Chef.
Okay, thank you, Shada, again for your good question. So my biggest achievement that I've achieved till today, Alhamdulillah, is it's not stopping yet, I think. So every time I get an opportunity to do better achievement, time to time. Um, the biggest, I say, in my career, of course, being the head chef of Galvin Brothers or Galvin Restaurant, a reputable Michelin star brand, from Chef Jeff Galvin, uh, Jeff and what's it? They're two brothers. Okay, so this is one of my biggest achievement. Okay, so with them, I've given a chance basically to open up and become the head chef of their restaurant, a Michelin star restaurant. So I think this is my career achievement, the biggest career achievement. But from I would say going more, Alhamdulillah, I've represented Malaysia in various big events with competitions. achieve also gold medal with distinction as such. Alhamdulillah, those are also my great and biggest achievement that I've done. Cooking for ministers, for the Sultan, and all those was also my greatest achievement. That's why, Alhamdulillah, I say day by day, I was given different big achievement that I can put in or box off in my CV. So I would say, yeah, the biggest that I'm really really proud of till today is uh, being given the responsibility to be the head chef and open up two of their um, reputable restaurant in Dubai. One is Demoiselle, the one a sister outlet from London, which is based in Harrods. Okay, anyone know Harrods building? So they have one there, Demoiselle by Galvin, and Galvin Bistro, a sister brand from Galvin at the window in Hilton Hyde Park.
Thank you so much for your sharing. Next is from Nuya Sarah binti Yahya. Do you plan to stay abroad in a long time? What is your plan in 5 years? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nur Yasara. I always get this question, even from my family themselves, from friends, close friends, even from my employer, of course. They want to know if I want to still continue working abroad with them or no. So my plan, I go with the plan, risky, as we say, or in Arabic we call risk. This is based on our, what's written for us. So I just follow the momentum, but I don't say that I want to be comfortable. I always look for a different challenge. So I think my plan for another 5 more years. So meaning I'm going to be, if I stay in UAE for 5 more years, it will be my 18 years plan or total. So maybe for me, that's what I do. I just challenge myself, looking for a better opportunity in a prospect manner, to see what I can challenge myself with, not being comfortable, to show people what I can do different, and something that people don't do. This is where, Alhamdulillah, till today, if I know and I see all these challenges comes, as earlier Shoda asked earlier, where how actually you grow your level by challenges. So when a challenge come, overcome it, and then it will actually open up a different opportunity. Or some of us call it challenge. I call it opportunity. So challenge is an opportunity. Once you overcome the challenge, all these kind of open up your future plans, I would say. So in 5 years, I'm looking maybe inshallah to venture into doing consulting or opening up my own place or my own joint, my own restaurant. But we never know. As time goes, we just plan. That's why, meanwhile, I work currently at Doubletree Hilton. Of course, I need to plan what I need to do next. I don't want to do the same thing. So if I will still have the opportunity to be at the same place, I don't want to just finish the year with the same thing that I do. So I want to do something different. I want to challenge myself with something different. I want to ask for different projects. So these are, I think, the answers that I have. So planning to stay abroad, long time, Alhamdulillah, based on Reski, I would say Alhamdulillah till today. We never know, but my 5 years plan ahead is, as I mentioned, I want to try to look, try to give back to myself, really do it with my own hard work and gain from it. Yeah.
Next is from Aisha Fadlina Muhammad Kasim. Sir, sorry for asking this. Have customer ever felt dissatisfied with your food? Do you mind sharing this? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aisha, for asking. So not a problem at all. Don't feel sorry. It's good to ask this question. every day, every moment is not a beautiful moment, right? It's not a happy moment. Uh, Dissatisfied from guests, customers, from my food, there's always a reason. I always see that for a reason. So, of course, dissatisfied comes, or a guest complaint, they call it, okay? Guest complaint will come occur in various ways, the various reasons. So I always see these feedbacks are all constructive feedbacks. If the guest is willing to say something, it means that the guest is also concerned, okay? Because the expectation, like for example, they know if they come to dine in for Chef Renee's food, okay, or not particularly for my food, particularly for the company that I'm working for, like Hilton, they know what to expect. And then if it doesn't come to the expectation, of course, they will raise their concern. So if it's a constructive concern, I accept it openly, positive, positively. Even I always time every day remind to my staff, to the F&B staff, to the front office staff as well, that remember, all these feedbacks are constructive. Even though it sounds silly, sometimes it does sound silly. It doesn't make sense sometimes, but look at the side if you can do better to that. So is it an opportunity? So if it's an opportunity, this is actually an opportunity how to fix it, and then show that to the guest or the customer that you can do better, and do something for them. So once you do that, you make them satisfied, definitely they will come back for you. So this is actually, that's why I say it's an opportunity. But there is also a time where unimaginable dissatisfaction that comes from the guest, which is not relevant. If you ask me, for example, maybe if a salmon is good to cook medium, but of course, the guest will say, this is not cooked. You have to cook it very well done. Then that is up to the guest, right? That you have to just give what the guest asked for. It's not that they're not happy with how you cook. Uh, it's their style, or the way that they want to eat their food, for example, or the flavors. Sometimes, like if I do a Malaysian night, some European guests or Arab guests, is something new for them. They come back. Like for example, if I put a durian curry puff, they try. They say, "Oh, this dessert is spoiled." I say, "Okay, let me talk to the guests." Then I try to explain. I show them. All right, how about you open and see? Okay, what is durian about? Educate them. Try to rectify what was the issue, and it clears up basically. Then they realize that, oh, okay, this is the reason why, and then everything. I say, sure, not everyone would like everything, but if you come with your concern and feedback, as I say, it will be an opportunity. Right now, you educate people about your food. So this is how I overcome it, and definitely don't feel sorry to ask this question, and it's a very good and important question. Thank you.
Thank you, Shah. That is very interesting, and I believe everyone is captured by your sharing. The last question is, of course, for myself. Since you have worked in Dubai for ages, does anyone in Dubai interested with Malaysia culture? In other words, have you ever promoted Malaysia culture, food, or places? I hope you don't mind sharing with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Anis. So yes, this was an opportunity that I actually look at, because before, as I said, I was given an opportunity to work, or to open up uh, a reputable Michelin star restaurants and all those. Again, working under a different brand, a different cooking style. So when I moved myself to Hilton DoubleTree in Dubai, this is where I saw an opportunity, because I'm the one, uh, basically, I'm the story. Okay, I'm not talking about anyone's cooking, anyone's brand. It's me, and it's the Hilton brand. Um, so I start to explore back to my Malaysian cooking. Actually, during the COVID, it helped me to lined up with Masters of Malaysian Cuisine. If you know, or out there, some of you might not know as well. If you check or you follow me, you will find that I'm very active on promoting Malaysian cooking, Malaysian culture, Malaysian cuisine abroad, and also in UAE itself. So what I do is that I educate mainly in UAE, uh, additional to the international market out there virtually, and in Dubai, of course, I do physical or on site. Also, there is time that they will ask me to travel abroad, that I will also do the promotions for Malaysian cuisine. So I took the opportunity where I realized that, educating, when you cook your food, your cuisine abroad, cooking our food, especially Malaysian food, not everyone understand unless they've traveled or they heard about Malaysian cooking and culture. So they might be wondering. Okay, so what I did is that I went out, not only cooking our like top Malaysian dishes like we normally know, satay, rendang, nasi lemak, laksa, roti canai, teh tarik, all those. For people who know Malaysia and know this food, of course, this will remind them of Malaysia. But with that opportunity that I've reached out, I what I was doing until today that I emphasize in my Malaysian cooking is that I cook Malaysian cuisine, not Malay cooking, but Malaysian cuisine. Malaysian cuisine meaning we have Malaysia, a beautiful country, from north to south, east to west, to the east part of Malaysia, Borneo, and everything. So imagine all this culture. We are very diverse. All the flavors, we are very unique. I saw that opportunity and I say, okay, let's educate people on eating um, food from Sarawak, food from Sabah, starter. So if I cook, maybe some of the starter will come from Sabah, some of the starter will come from the north, from Kedah, and then the main course will come from the south, from Johor, Malacca, and then few of it from the central, from Pahang, Perak, and then dessert again, a little bit from Sarawak, a little bit from the other parts of Malaysia. So how it helps me to educate people abroad, and especially mainly in Dubai, is that not only for foreigners, okay, for our own Malaysians abroad, because some of us, we come from a very specific food culture. We only know certain food because we are we grow with that food, because that is your norm food, or your norm culture, where you only know this particular food and you never tried that particular food from another state. So this is what I venture on. That's what I see an opportunity was open. um, and this is my approach to Malaysian cuisine, or Malaysian culture on educating, because indirectly people will be able to understand that if this food that I made from Sabah, Sarawak, right, indirectly, if they ask why this food come from there, why you use this ingredient for this particular food, uh, that is indirect and both direct. I can tell them that, listen, this is the culture or the food culture from there, because they have all these beautiful ingredients from there. They have all these local source ingredients from there, because nowadays people are talking about local source, right? It's very important to rectify your local ingredient, right? Local source, and using our local ingredient in Dubai, in UAE, but incorporating Malaysian flavors. So this is how I educate, and also show the world what is Malaysian cuisine, Malaysian culture is all about.
Thank you, Chef. Seems like there is another question pop up in the comment section. As I see, the viewer looks very into this conversation and your sharing. The question is from Muhammad Amiruddin Muhammad. Hi, Chef Reen. Any advice to develop? Sorry. Any advice to develop networking amongst great people in the industry? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad Amiruddin. So it's a very important question for everyone to take note. Okay, my advice on develop to develop or enhance or stretch out or reach out on networking among great people in the industry is all of you have this very big thing that you have right now, which is your mobile or your laptop. Okay. But again, with this, you will not go anywhere. You have to reach out to the right people. For example, you make connections. Okay. Yes, your lecturers, your industry experts, they are all your uh, what you call one-to-one knowledge or information deliver. But they also know people who's reputable in the industry, because they might have worked with them, and they might got connected with them through different events, different phase of their career as well. This is one step. All right. And if you use your, now, as I say, social media, if you go to the right how do I say, network, like for example, like what we just established with this Masters of Malaysian Cuisine, indirectly you get the chance actually to get a better networking around the world with different experts or people within the industry. They are not only chefs, they are also entrepreneurs. They are also writers of. They used to work with all great papers, book publishers, lawyers, ambassadors, for example, um, all businessmen, business lady, teachers, and all those. So this is where one of the networking that I'm doing. Also, as I say, there's different platforms as well within the industry. If you're a chef, there's a chef connect network. If you're from the F&B, there is a F&B network. If you're from the front office, you have a front office network, or in general, a hotelier network. So now I would say, um, this is the platform that's available. To develop it is yourself, the willingness, and ask the right question, relevant question. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, just be humble to know, to show that you want to ask a valuable question from them, that you want to know that you are the next, show them that you are the next industry future, right? You're the next impact to the industry, so that they will feel also impressed with what to overlook, what to advise for you, and how to get connected easily. So I think this is quite on a summary and very compact for you, Muhammad Amiruddin.
That is a very amazing sharing. With the end of the talk that was delivered, we ended our program as well. On behalf of the manager of this program, would like to apologize to any shortcoming during this program. The time we spent together was very short, and we were hoping to meet again another day. Before dispersing, everyone asked to fill in the Google Form link that we provided. Hope all of you can gain useful knowledge throughout this program. Thank you so much.